上周在阿曼湾遭袭的日本邮轮国华勇气号被拖到了阿联酋外海，美军中央司令部派出小艇勘察船体的受损情况。
This hole just over my shoulder, the Americans say was caused with an Iranian-built limpet mine. They can't say, however, with any total certainty that it was put there by the Iranians. Nonetheless, it blew through both the outer hull and the inner hull of this ship, penetrating the fuel tank area. Some experts have said that is deliberate.
船体破洞的位置都在水线以上，这样的爆炸不至于涌入海水。这表明攻击者的意图并非击沉这艘游船，而是为了传递某种信息。稍早，美军在公布一组照片，证实伊朗军方从船体取下未爆的吸附雷，而美军拆弹专家也从船体取出吸附雷的磁铁，得出这样的结论。
What I can tell you is that the limpet mine that was used in the attack is distinguishable, and it is also strikingly bearing a resemblance to Iranian mines that have already been publicly displayed in Iranian military parades.
对于阿曼湾的邮轮袭击，美国亮出所有指向伊朗就是凶手的证据。除了第一时间加派一艘导弹驱逐舰，本周更通过征兵1000人的方案，持续对伊朗极限施压。
President Trump has done everything he can to avoid war. We don't want war. We've done what we can to deter this. The Iranians should understand very clearly that we will continue to take actions that deter Iran from engaging this kind of behavior.
虽然说不主动寻求战争，但要谈还是要打。蓬佩奥给伊朗下了最后通牒，而德黑兰的反制也来得很快。17号，在阿拉克重水厂的记者会上，伊朗原子能机构宣布，浓缩铀库存量将在10天内超过原来承诺300公斤的最低限制，并加速铀浓缩的浓度到3.7%，超过规定的3.67%。
این کاری که ما انجام میدیم علیرغم اینکه برخی از کشورها تبلیغات ناصحیح انجام میدن حداقل اقدام ایرانه. ایران طبق همین توافق وقتی طرف مقابل نه تنها تعهدات خودش رو انجام نداده یا کاهش داده。
鲁哈尼把加大铀浓缩活动归咎于有人先不履行承诺，而限制伊朗的铀浓缩是2015年伊核协议最关键的内容。伊朗终止履行协议，也让力保伊核协议有效的欧盟各国在外交斡旋上失去了空间。欧盟外长的紧急会议上呼吁美伊双方要保持克制，但战争边缘的擦枪走火还是发生了。
President Trump is facing perhaps his biggest foreign policy challenge yet. Iran shot down a U.S. surveillance drone.
Iran claims this is its surface-to-air missile streaking towards the U.S. drone last night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, exploding on impact, a huge fireball filling the screen. The video is not verified.
Where it happened is in dispute. Iran says it was over its territory. The U.S. says the unmanned drone was over international waters.
被击落的是美国海军版最先进的 RQ-4 全球鹰，一台造价超过1亿美金。这台无人机能在1800米高空飞行超过30个小时，最大航程25000公里。当时这架全球鹰正在荷姆兹海峡对伊朗革命卫队海军部署进行侦察。遭击落后，伊朗军方还透过国营电视台公开美军无人机的残骸。
در سحرگاهان پدافند هوایی نیروی هوافضای سپاه یک فروند هواپیمای جاسوسی بدون سرنشین آمریکا را که از مرزهای میهن ما گذشته بود و در حال تعرض به حریم امنیت ملی ما بود را شجاعانه سرنگون کرد. بنای جنگ با هیچ کشوری نداریم، اما برای جنگ کاملا آماده ایم。
伊斯兰革命卫队总司令萨拉米亢奋激昂地再次警告美国，国界线就是红线，革命卫队已做好开战的准备。然而，美方也拿出全球鹰的航机证据，和伊朗宣称侵入领海的地点完全不同。川普也随即发推文说， 伊朗犯下严重错误。这也让国际油价延续上周涨势。事发后的周四，纽约7月的原油期货大涨5.4%，收在每桶56.65美元，创5月29号以来的新高。
Unfortunately, the U.S. and Iran are getting very close to war. A country's sovereign airspace goes out to 12 nautical miles. If this U.S. drone was outside that 12 nautical miles, it had every legal right to be there, and the Iranian shoot-down was completely illegal. So it's a very tense situation, and the U.S. is going to have to respond in some way.
军事顾问甘雅德直言，美伊开战已箭在弦上。而此时，川普已宣布投入2020的连任竞选，却在民调上完全落后民主党前副总统拜登。如何挽救下跌的声望？《纽约时报》稍早就指出，奇袭伊朗的可能性无法排除。这时，川普最需要的是一场对伊朗惩罚性的有限战争。而川普确实准备这么干了。
Both the New York Times and the Washington Post are reporting that the president authorized these airstrikes last night, but backed off at some point subsequent to having authorized it. The New York Times is reporting that, in fact, the mission was underway. There were planes in the air, but missiles had not been fired.
《纽约时报》指出，川普已授权一项对伊朗的军事行动，锁定革命卫队在暗记的雷达与导弹阵地。路透也报道，在行动之前，华府曾透过阿曼转告德黑兰下达最后通牒，但得到的回应却是，任何对伊朗的攻击都会给地区和国际社会造成影响。于是，伊朗当地时间21号凌晨4点，驻中东美军大批战机升空，航母和军舰也抵达攻击位置，只差发射导弹的最后一步，整个行动却突然被全面叫停。随后，川普证实了这项袭击。对于转折，隔天发了推文解释。
We were cocked and loaded to retaliate last night on 3 different sites. When I asked how many will die, 150 people, sir, was the answer from a general. 10 minutes before the strike, I stopped it. Not proportionate to shooting down an unmanned drone. I am in no hurry. Then saying sanctions are biting, although writing that Iran can never have nuclear weapons.
Iran made a mistake. I would imagine it was a general or somebody that made a mistake in shooting that drone down. And fortunately, that drone was unarmed. There was no man in it. It was over international waters, clearly over international waters, but we didn't have a man or woman in the drone. We had nobody in the drone.
Are you still open?
Would have made a big difference, let me tell you. Would have made a big, big difference.
而伊朗革命卫队也宣称，全球鹰原本并非他们的目标，打下它其实是为了警告在同一空域的一架美军 P-8A 侦察机。当时这机上有35人。但川普真的是因为不成比例的怜悯之心，最后一刻叫停军事行动吗？事实上，在中东情势吃紧下，美国已在上个月调遣2个航母打击群，并部署 B-52轰炸机。这不只是向伊朗极限施压摆下的阵势，似乎更像是在布一个局，就等待伊朗犯错的时机。从上周阿曼湾的油轮袭击到本周全球营遭击落，伊朗正一步一步走进这个圈套里。但这也引发华府政治圈的争议，是否要让美国再陷入战争的泥沼中
？The president may not intend to go to war here, but we're worried that he and the administration may bumble into a war.
许多人就把矛头指向川普身边的哼哈二将，国务卿蓬佩奥与国家安全顾问波顿，认为他们是这次给伊朗下套的始作俑者。特别是波顿，他的作风是有迹可循。
The Iraq War was not that long ago. I wasn't in Congress when the Bush administration was making its claims about weapons of mass destruction. Many of us weren't here then, but John Bolton was. As Undersecretary of State for Arms Control, Bolton made misleading or false statements about biological weapons in Cuba, weapons in Syria, and of course, about Iraq's development and stockpile of WMDs. Before entering the White House, he advocated for preemptive strikes against North Korea and Iran.
本周一场美国众院关于伊朗政策的听证会上，民主党众议员泰德·德克就质疑波顿的不良记录。
I know Mr. Bolton is not the only one driving policy, but I'm trying to lay out exactly why, despite our strong desire to take the Iran threat seriously and stop Iran's dangerous activities, there are legitimate concerns about taking the administration at its word.
而经历一场战争边缘的迫切危机，或许让外界更了解事件的原貌与险恶。最新一期的《时代》杂志封面人物就是川普，专访的时间就在他宣布参选连任竞选的前一天。 川普说，他的一生就是赌注，只是他这回的筹码赌上的是美国的国际信誉，还有一场难以想象后果的战争。